Your modern cast iron is lying to you. Welcome to the 1890s. This small piece of iron holds a forgotten culinary secret. In my 40 years at the library, I've found thousands of abandoned, old, handwritten recipes. But those recipes require the right tools. Today, we are restoring an antique iron skillet, not the massive pans you see today. This is a No. 3 vintage cast iron. It is the absolute perfect size for an empty nester cooking a meal for two. We have lost the art of small, purposeful cooking. Everything today is oversized and rushed. Let us open the journal to 1894, the era of pure wood stoves. Back then, they did not use harsh chemical solvents to strip away decades of rust. They used something completely natural, something every Victorian home had in absolute abundance every winter: wood ash. When mixed with water, it creates a gentle lye that dissolves old buildup. It sounds counterintuitive to clean with ash, but the historical chemistry is actually quite brilliant. It strips the iron bare without damaging the porous surface of the metal underneath it. Finding these No. 3 and No. 5 skillets feels like uncovering a buried historical treasure. They were crafted in small batches, poured into sand molds by highly skilled American artisans. Notice how smooth this interior is. Modern cast iron is bumpy and rough by comparison. That smooth surface is the foundation of a truly non-stick pan from that century. But a bare skillet is vulnerable. It needs a protective layer to survive the years. This brings us to the most misunderstood part of historical cookware: the traditional seasoning process. Modern cooks reach for vegetable oils or synthetic sprays. The Victorians knew something much better. They used rendered animal fats. Pure lard or beef tallow created a nearly indestructible patina. The science behind this is fascinating. Animal fats contain complex saturated bonds that polymerize beautifully. When heated, they bond directly to the iron, creating a slick, blackened, hard plastic shell. We take a soft cloth and apply a very thin layer of this traditional lard. You only need a whisper of fat. Too much will leave the pan terribly sticky. Every stroke of the cloth connects us to the resourceful women who originally seasoned this. Now, we must understand the Victorian slow heat principle. This is where most cooks fail. In the 1890s, meals were cooked over heavy, cast iron, wood-fired kitchen stoves. These massive stoves took hours to heat up. The temperature rose gradually and very evenly. Today, we drop cold iron onto a blazing modern burner, causing immense, immediate thermal shock. That sudden blast of modern heat warps the metal and cracks the hard-earned seasoning. To replicate the Victorian method, we must warm the skillet incredibly slowly on low heat. Give the iron time to expand naturally. Patience was the primary ingredient in historical kitchens. As the skillet warms, the lard melts into the microscopic pores of the bare iron. We then bake it. The heat transforms the fat into a slick, dark, polymerized surface. You can actually see the color shifting from dull gray to a rich, warm bronze. It takes several rounds of this slow baking to achieve that legendary black glass finish. This is not just cooking. This is the careful preservation of a working historical artifact. Once seasoned, a No. 3 skillet becomes the most reliable tool in your entire kitchen. It perfectly holds exactly 2 eggs, or a single chicken breast, or 2 small cornbreads. It forces us to rethink our modern portions and appreciate the quiet intimacy of cooking. But how did they clean these pans without the luxury of our modern synthetic soaps? If you use harsh modern soap, you will strip away the very seasoning we built. The answer lies in a forgotten frontier method that is brilliantly simple and highly effective: coarse salt. A handful of coarse salt acts as a natural, gentle, and perfect abrasive. We pour the salt directly into the warm pan right after finishing our daily meal. Then we take a folded cloth or a piece of leather to scrub the surface. The salt absorbs leftover oils and gently grinds away any stubborn, stuck-on food bits. It cleans the iron beautifully while leaving our hard-earned polymerized lard patina completely intact. This tactile process of cleaning feels incredibly grounding. It demands your full, undivided physical attention. You cannot rush this. You must listen to the sound of the salt against iron. After scrubbing, we simply wipe the salt away and apply one final drop of oil. This final drop protects the metal from the humid air until our next warm meal. Looking at this restored skillet, I think about the countless meals it has quietly provided. It survived 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and the rise of the modern microwave. My grandmother had a skillet just like this. Sadly, it was lost during a move. Reclaiming this one feels like bringing a small, missing piece of my own family home. There is a profound comfort in knowing this iron will easily outlast all of us. Let us test our new seasoning with a simple, era-appropriate dish for 2 people. A pat of fresh butter melts instantly, gliding across the black surface without any hesitation. We pour in our batter. The sound of the sizzle is exactly as it was. The heavy iron distributes the heat perfectly, creating a golden, crispy crust on the edges. No modern nonstick pan coated in toxic chemicals can ever replicate this beautiful sear. And when it is done, the food simply slides right out onto the waiting plate. It is a quiet triumph of 19th century engineering, restored by simple patience and ash. We are not just making dinner. We are actively keeping American culinary history completely alive. Each time we use this skillet, we honor the careful hands that originally cast it. We honor the women who stood by hot wood stoves, feeding their families through hardships. This small No. 3 pan is a testament to the enduring strength of simple things. It reminds us that newer and faster is not always better for our daily lives. Sometimes, the best way forward is to look back and remember what we left behind. The flavors produced by this seasoned iron carry a depth that modern pans completely lack. It is the taste of heritage, preserved in microscopic layers of polymerized, traditional animal fat. I will log this restoration method in my journal for the next generation to find. We must write these things down, or they will simply vanish from our collective memory. A well-cared-for cast iron skillet is an inheritance. It is a family heirloom. It carries the distinct memory of every single meal ever cooked upon its blackened surface. So, I encourage you to rescue a vintage skillet and bring it back to life. Experience the immense satisfaction of cooking a quiet, perfect meal for 2 in antique iron. Tell me, what vintage kitchen tools do you remember your own grandmother using back then? Share your family memories in the comments below, and let us preserve our history together.